right, let's go take a look at the other half. I don't want to scratch or do anything. Hi, I'm Phil. I'm the manager over here at the Detailing Center for Unique Classic Cars. This is where we get all the cars cleaned up, polished, waxed, pretty, looking good again. So I'm gonna kind of do a little walk around and kind of hit all the spots and show you guys what we're working on today. So Mike here is working on polishing up this engine bay, getting the chrome looking nice and good. Looks like you're just getting the polishing done on it, nice and shiny again. What we do here is we'll go through and degrease everything on the engine bay, so if any oils are built up over the years, rusting or pitting on the chrome, things like that, that'll all get polished and cleaned off, and we'll get a nice UV dressing applied there so it'll keep everything black and it won't fade to gray. Let me get out of your way, Mike. I'll keep you running. So another big thing that we do here is paint correction. You'll kind of see a whole ton of different variations, but you'll see it multi-stage, whether it's wet sanding or just buffing and polishing with some compounds and waxes. So right now, what she's doing is just removing pure oxidation off the paint. And if we kind of travel back here, you'll see the big difference. So you're making a major improvement on the paint here, is he?
Definitely a lot shinier.
Yeah, you can kind of tell if I'm looking at it right now, this side is shiny and this side's still kind of grayish. So that looks pretty dang good. I'll let you keep rolling. Jordan. So what Jordan's working on here is just doing our interior cleaning. So we have a basic all-purpose cleaner that she uses to break down any dust, light, grime, dirt that's embedded in the carpet, things like that, to make this vinyl look nice and clean as you can. I mean, when you're dealing with a 70-year-old vehicle, you get a lot of different things that you kind of got to use. And over the years, we've developed a sort of system with different polishes and compounds and chemicals really that we can use to preserve the condition of leather, and especially old leather too, that you really can't do with modern day vehicles. There are whole sorts of different ball games. So I'll let you keep rolling. I just kind of want to see what you're doing and how it's coming along. All right, let's go take a look at the other half of our building that we do kind of our marketing. Also, all of our pictures, videos, everything like that gets posted and pictured over here in the other half of our detail shop. Here we got Jason doing some basic pictures on this old MG. And she looks pretty dang good. When she came in, she was actually a project vehicle, so we got a lot of work put into it over in our service department. This car went through a whole ton of different services here in detail, where we did basically almost full restoration on just the interior to make it look brand new again, and I think it turned out pretty well. One of the few things that we did here was apply a nice rejuvenating leather conditioner, so it's nice and soft and squishy again. That'll help protect the leather from fading over time, especially on black. Black tends to fade easiest from sunlight, so we put UV dressing on there. It'll help protect it, lubricate it, keep it nice. It's not rubbery or anything like that. It's nice and soft and plush, so there's no cracking or anything like that. It looks pretty dang good. He also went through and did some deep cleaning and shampooing on all the carpets, so you can see there's no real staining, and for the 69, it looks pretty dang good. Every vehicle has its own little quirks, you know, crevices on the dash or the console, or on these older vehicles, you're dealing with chrome. So one thing I think a lot of people get misconstrued when it comes to detailing is simply how deep of a process it is. So when you're dealing with, you know, your 2020 Odyssey, all you're gonna do is wash it, throw a vacuum through it, call it a day. But that's not really detailing. Detailing is getting into and making it as factory new as you can with what you're working with. So here we got a 71 Camaro. It was actually, the first time it came through the shop, it was black and gold. And as you can see, now we're looking at orange and white. It's the same vehicle, but the process of detailing changed drastically. We were originally dealing with old paint. Now we're dealing with brand new paint. The whole way you go about correcting it's different. You don't want to be as aggressive because you don't need to be. Right? That's some of the things that fall under the detailing scope. Dealing with old chrome, people think, oh, you could just throw some steel wool at it and scuff it up real good and it'll look nice and shiny. Well, there's a different process. Using metal polish with the steel wool and a couple other things, you can really get that chrome polished out to a nice even finish again. And every little crevice matters when it comes to detailing. Here in the department, you know, if you're looking at cleaning up a windshield, some people don't think to clean the wipers, you know. It's a simple little thing, but every little speck of dust, every little piece of dirt that's on a vehicle, that's all involved in a detailing process versus, you know, you're running the day, if you drive through the gas station car wash, they're only gonna touch what they can feel, right? And what happens is the whole rear end of the car doesn't get washed. So that's what I think most people misconstrue about detailing. One of my favorite parts about detailing is getting the wheels and tires cleaned and making those look great, because a good wheel always looks nice and shiny and perfect. So we kind of have a multi-stage process. You can see I got a bunch of stuff in front of me, but you can just tell by my fingerprints that there's dirt. It's either iron or dirt or grease or grime or brake dust. A lot of things end up on these wheels and tires, and really they are probably the dirtiest part of a vehicle. In my opinion, that is one of the worst parts. So I've got a wheel and tire cleaner that's gonna help break down any dirt or grime on the tire. And then I have a citrus degreaser that's gonna help safely clean off any of the painted surface. So this is a sort of a painted wheel, almost kind of like brushed aluminum. So you really don't want to get too aggressive with acids and things like that, because it could stain and hurt the wheel. You see most of that with old aluminum wheels, like on the 60s and 70s muscle cars. So you'll kind of see my process here. I'm gonna get that wheel and tire cleaner on there and let that start working on any dirt that might be embedded on there. You'll see it goes on white, and if it's really bad, it'll turn brown over time, okay? Then I'm gonna get just my citrus cleaner, and this isn't too bad, so I'm not gonna attack it with brushes or anything like that. I don't wanna scratch or do anything to hurt the surface, so I'm just gonna spray it on there and use a nice microfiber cloth and really dig my fingers into every little crack and crevice on here. So kind of work on around the outside and work my way in. Just slowly going about it. Like I said, this wheel is actually in really good condition. It's not too terribly dirty. So I can avoid using brushes and things like that that could potentially harm it. And you can see within just a few seconds that all that little bits of dirt and dust and grime are coming right off. That foam kind of emulsifies any dirt and whatnot and just pulls it into the foam and makes it really easy to wipe off. Then I'll go through and I'm just gonna wipe down the tire. And as you saw before, the tire really wasn't too dirty, so you can kind of get away with just getting the cleaner on there and letting it work and wiping it off. And you can tell this already looks amazing. But what I'll do, I'll get some of our sling-free tire dressing. We sell this in-house. You can go right to our website and buy it. We have a couple different chemicals right now. But I'll just get that onto an applicator. Don't need a whole lot. And just work it into the tire. Now ours is designed to have coloring, so it goes on blue. And once you've worked it in enough, you won't see blue anymore. So that's kind of what it looks like. And just for good measure, I like to do is I'll go through and just lightly brush off some excess. And there you go. That's just the basics of a wheel and tire clean. And it's not too bad. One thing that really sets Unique apart just in our detailing center alone is simply the expertise that gets brought to the field, really. I've got guys who have 4 years to 8 years of experience, and I've got guys who've been working with us for a couple weeks. And one thing that really sets Unique apart is we've had the expertise to work on everything from a 1909 horseless buggy to a vehicle that got shot up in a movie to a 2020 Corvette, and kind of everything in between. And what that entails is we have a special knowledge for what compounds and what polishes are gonna work best for your vehicle, and not just internally for sale, but also if you got a car that you wanna bring in and get cleaned up. Here at Unique Detailing Center, we're open 8 to 5, Monday through Friday, and we can get your vehicle in anytime. We got multiple services that you can visit on our website, uniquedetailingcenter.com. and come check us out. See what we can do to your vehicle and how we can help you and make your car look great again.
Double behind.
Double, you're looking behind me, looking behind you, looking. All right, get. Say it, convey it. At the end of the day, I forgot what you asked me. Hello. I don't know what else to do.